Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and today we are looking at another beautiful, sprawling theme park, and this one is called Wonderlands Theme Park, and it is created by Welfare, and is created on the PS5. So here is a brief description of the park, and it says, "Welcome to Wonderlands. Please have the game sounds on for best experience and ride all coasters in central seat view, apart from Dragon's Fury. Park can be viewed day and night. Big thanks to following for their workshop creations. Mavs Fam 4 Samurai, created the Samurai sign and custom font, NH99 the Buddha statue, and Green Jay Bird with the custom font." So, as we're getting an idea right there, and you're seeing a little bit of cinematics and stuff. I mean, this is a highly, highly themed park. And so it looks to be the sometimes rare combination of highly themed and thrill coasters. As we can see, what's probably a hyper coaster right there. We'll see that when we get to it. And just you can tell there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 distinct themes. If you include the main entrance area as just kind of being its own thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the tour. Right away, we come out here at the entrance from the bus stop, and hopefully you can hear the background music and audio, but it sounds like it's got some traffic and stuff, which is really cool. So this would be bus stop C and B and A, and so it shows departures and different places you can go. So the destination Marvelous Realms canceled. Oh, yawn, 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 shaking my head. No, I'm just kidding. Dream World, which is another one by Welfare, which is very good. Eden Springs, yeah, it's very late, taking its time. Lost Fortress by Dragonborn. Empire by Alberis is close. We got Four Seasons. You got Carla's Gardens. You got Wild Winds. There's me. Woo-hoo. And then Diamondite for Aurora Meadows. And so let's see down here if it's the same thing. Yep. So we just copied it over. So that is a really, really cool touch to give shout outs to a lot of other creators in the community. But as always, we're going to look at everything from an overhead view at the end. But look how awesome this is. Like covering the entrance area, you got your bus stops. So there's no technical parking lot like we've seen on some of his other parks. But I think this kind of gives you a vibe that it's kind of almost part of the city. Like there's one in California. I haven't been to it. I've just looked at it on Google Maps and stuff. Is it Knott's Berry Farm? There's one where I feel like there's not much parking right by it, and you kind of got busy streets running by the entrance. I could be wrong on that though. But right away, love the entrance here. Once again, you see the signs, which is awesome to see. So we got Wonderlands, and by the way, by the time this is out, my newest park's out as well. And then we got the pass holders in this direction. I mean, really cool, really detailed. Kind of same thing down here that's on the previous side. And hopefully you can hear the music perfectly well and it's not drowning out my voice. All right, so here we go. We got right, we got left. Let's go right first because we want to save that massive coaster for last. So if we head right this way, I mean, right away, really nice entrance here as you got. Oh, that's cool. Using coaster track to kind of model a walkway. That is awesome. That's something I haven't seen anybody do in the game. That is fantastic. All right, now we head over this way. So we got little food shops, which is connected to the main entrance building, and it looks like, oh, we got a little car ride. Just for the sake of time, we're not going to actually take a ride on this. We're just going to kind of walk around it ourselves so we can kind of see the beauty of it. I mean, this is beautiful. I love the effects of the butterflies. This is like right up Jasmine's alley. Wow, this is pretty. So we'll head this way. Whoop. And I like how you can see the dive coaster right there. That's really cool. And it looked like from the initial shots that we saw that it's an Oblivion style dive coaster. So it looks really, really good, like diving under the ground and stuff. And really good job here with the foliage and the bushes and then the terrain paint. So I think that's a fantastic little car ride. Really, really good job. And before we move over to that part, let's just turn this to night and kind of see. Yeah, so this is lit up well. Nothing's lit up to where it's like, oh, this has to be looked at night at this point. But you can see it's lit up realistically. And so I'm sure this is meant to be a realistic style park in the sense of a highly themed with realistic layouts and stuff like that. So really cool. So now we head over to Mystic East. Let's turn this back to daytime. And I like how when you're crossing over into the new area, you also change the pathing. What I'd maybe do is place down a little border there just to separate the two. But I do like that. Ooh, look at that water ride. Let's wait for a. There we go. Woo. And then we got what looks like a family coaster. Look how many trains that has. That's insane. I don't know if I've ever been on one of those types in real life. So this is Dragon's Fury. Now, he said everything to ride in central middle seat view, so I don't know if that means, like, not track view. But this one, I feel like we got to ride in track view simply because of the way that this coaster is. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop on, what was it, Dragon's Fury, and we'll talk about it afterwards. That was spectacular. I was not expecting that long of a coaster. And so it's definitely not a kid's coaster. I would put that under more family, because it does have a couple moments where I feel like it's pretty thrilling. But this is just a really cool layout and idea, and the fact that it goes like right here when we got to this point, I was like, oh wow, I'm not expecting this. Like it picked up some good speed here, came around the edge, and so forth, and then it came in here, and you've got the dragon's lair kind of thing, which is really, really cool. So yeah, I really like that. It was a very good coaster, and a little bit surprising from that aspect of it. Not that it was a good coaster, but more just surprised with the layout and everything the ride did. Oh, there we go, Splash Zone. That's a really, really cool drop right there. Oh, it looks like it's got a fair amount of drops for this. And we're going to hop back in flip cam mode after we ride on the water ride. There we go. We can see the hyper. And I believe this park is at 100% on the PS5. So we can see little food shops. So definitely really good job with this Asian style theming. And with the fences and everything in here, looks like we got... Okay, never mind. It looked like a water feature is higher up. But yeah, this is going to be a long water ride. So this is going to be cool. So this is called Samurai. Really cool. Really good job with the coloring of it. And then we got over here, we got restrooms. Yeah, this is just really, really well done. And I love the queue because you did what a lot of theme parks do, which is place a flat ride down. And basically it's basically all cement around it, but you've done it in a way that looks nicer than how most parks do it because you still themed it. You put the nicer fencing and stuff with it, which is a really cool touch. And we're still in this area. Man, there's a lot to this. So, got another Street Fox coffee. We come this way. That's probably the exit. Oh, there we go, that Sky Temple ride, which, you know, I wish we could actually have, like, I wish they would have given every single flat ride, like, 3 or 4 different themes, so we felt like we could actually theme it to different stuff. So there's a small little backstage. Where is the... Okay, Dragon Falls, finally. So, ooh, here we go, we got lockers. Really nice. Now we head this way. Da, 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 da. There we go. I like the fencing there too. What is that? Trying to see. Oh, that's a Roman door or whatever it's called. That's really cool. So let's go ahead and hop on this water ride. We can find the correct one. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna turn my mic off for this and just enjoy the music and the scenery, and we'll talk after. That water ride was just flat out awesome. I mean, there's not a better way to put it. Had a lot of detail, a lot of theming. You could see it kind of went through the entire area. So now we're going to leave this section of the park, and we are going to go to Space Center. Oops, sorry, I had a little hiccup there. I mean, this is kind of cool though. Once again, changing up the pathing. I mean, this is, whew. Yeah, that's awesome. See, it goes underground twice. Let's see if we can get a little glimpse. Oh, nice! You did the star panels. That's a good touch. That's a good touch right there. Woo! Man, that's got some speed right there. So this is called Voyager. So it's once again the flat ride they can only use for space theming. And once again using really nice different fences that really fit the area. So I think that's a cool touch. And then over here we got 0G, which is this awful ride right here. I mean, okay, it's not as awful in real life as you might think, but I went on one of these 2 summers ago, and I made the mistake of closing my eyes at one point just because I'm not all the flips and stuff, and it made it worse because when I did open up my eyes, it made it very disorienting. But like, we got some restrooms back here with probably a staff door would be my guess. And then, yeah, you got the restroom sign. You've got this nice kind of space diner food shop. And ooh, look at that. I mean, these buildings are pretty majestic. And then I like creating this with the glass windows. I think that's a cool touch because it looks nicer than just doing the chain link fence around it all. And then I like this too, where you've got the space themed walls or sci-fi themed walls with the chain link fence on top of it. And you colored the chain link fence where it matches this color here, which I think works really well. So let's see, is this... I'm trying to see if this should be looked at night. I mean, it does have some lights. You know what? We'll look at this one at night. Why not? So it's called Black Hole. It's pretty dark right here. Nice little cattle pen. Everything is so themed. Ooh, I like this locker drop off. So is it on both sides? Yeah. You drop off your stuff there, pick it up when you leave the exit. So that's a cool touch. And this is really close to the actual entrance to the coaster. My goodness. There we go. So if we pause this for a second. Actually, no, we'll pause it when they start going. If we look at these stats, almost everything all green. G-force is good. Biggest drop, 176 feet. So that's a lot taller than it looks like. And one inversion. There we go. Exiting the station. He said middle seat. There we go. So we will chat after the coaster. All right, there we are. As we have Zero G, what's it called? Or a black hole. Sorry, I don't know why I said zero G. But yeah, that was a good coaster. I think it was cool doing the space panels in here because I think that allowed it to feel darker than it would have been in the daytime and allowed it to give it more of that feel that you're well, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's just like you're in outer space, right? Why it's called the black hole. So that's really cool. Now, it's funny that they said it has an inversion because it doesn't. My guess is the system clocks this as an inversion because of it being banked over 90 degrees, maybe, or maybe this part here. I don't know. Somewhere it had to be banked more than 90 degrees because there's zero inversions on this coaster. um, Unless, let me see. Did I miss something here when I was changing the... No? Ooh, this is cool, though. Because I missed this when changing seats. This is really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's hop back in Flipcam mode as we head to the next area. And let's get this off the screen. So we got a couple coasters down. I think there's like 3 more left, maybe. Maybe 4. So there's not a ton of coasters in the park. Oh, we got another flat ride here called Orbit, which is nice. But now, once again, I like how you kind of made this the natural pathing a little bit. I think that's kind of cool. So we got Lost Kingdom, which that just doesn't look like a D to me. I don't get that lettering, if I'm being honest. And so here we got what's made to look out like a temple. So if we can climb up. Yeah. Oh, that's actually a food place. So I was not expecting that. I love those rocks and those temple ruins, and that looks so good, especially how this flat ride is themed around it. I think it works really, really well. Love seeing that, whatever that Ferris wheel is right there. Oh, we got the Zoltar. I think that's what it's called. And look how majestic that looks. Is that a flat ride? Yeah, it looks like a top spin. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Wow, that's awesome. I mean, that ride skin is one of the best I've seen. This is phenomenal. It's called Ramsey's Revenge. Okay. So then it says refreshments. Man, this is one thing in Plan Coaster 2. Please take these off. Please allow us to have natural path like that without using those things. So we got a restaurant up here. There are a couple food places, place to sit. Like, imagine just sitting up here for the day and kind of looking out and seeing everything. That's awesome. So now we head this way. And I know there's an invert coaster somewhere. It might be right there. I think there's also something else here at the back. Ooh, I like how we walk underneath this. I think that's a cool touch. So the Forgotten Temple. Yeah, there's, you can see the one of the loops on the invert. And there's lockers, so those lockers would work for both of these rides. And I like how you change the attire color of the employees. Forgotten Temple. Now, is this a coaster? Ooh, this is a... I don't know when the last time I've done one of these in a spotlight. This is the, gosh, what's it called? It's like the oldest roller coaster type. The side friction. There we go. Hop the Gaps. Forgotten Temple. No need to really look at the stats on this one. So let's go. Here we go. And I'll chat afterwards. That was awesome. As I'm trying to get back over here, that was really good. I love the temple ruins, which is why it's called the Forgotten Temple, right? Going in and out these temple ruins, you created some scaffolding pieces, making it look like something was had been in the process of being built. So that is a really cool touch. So if you look in here, twice you kind of come through these ruins. So that's a really, really cool touch. I think you did a good job with this coaster as well. I've never built one of these, and I've never been on one of these in real life. But it seems like for the most part, everything was pretty good. Maybe the only thing is maybe it's a little too quick going around that turn, or maybe this one at the end because since this ride doesn't bank. Let's see. Yeah, it might have been a little bit too quick of a turn right there in real life. But either way, I mean, this is fantastic. It's awesome. Love the roping you have right there as kind of the fence because it really fits the style. And let's go ahead and then head over to the next coaster, which is going to be this B&M Invert. Let's see real quick back here. I mean, look at the theming. This is so well done. So well done. You got the foliage there, the overgrowth. Just phenomenal. All right, so now let's head over this way. We already saw that temple before. So I wonder, why do you have some path right there? I don't know, maybe it's, I'm just kind of wondering the reasoning behind that part of it. So we got lockers. Nice, and I like putting the cash machine there so it looks like, or the ATM, so it looks like people are going over to use the lockers. Oh, that's not creepy at all. Once again, the background music and stuff is just perfect. Yeah, B&M Invert. There we go. So let's go ahead and it's called Khufu. I think I pronounced that right. Stats look pretty good. Laterals maybe a little bit higher than they should be. Let's pause this real quick so we can hop on that. 3 inversions. How tall did it say it was? 99 feet, 59 miles per hour. And let's enjoy the ride on, I think it was Khufu. That was really good. I really liked that. I think it was really smooth. You had some very unique elements. I think the first drop is so unique because you don't see anything like this on an invert, which is kind of a straight drop into the bank, but I think it worked so well. And I think this inversion here, this kind of the zero G roll or kind of a mixture of inline twist and zero G roll was really well done. I think the only thing that I didn't like was at the end here. You're basically like starting at this point, you're basically slightly banked to the right the rest of the way. And so I felt like it should have just been straightened out a bit at times. And maybe that happened when you're smoothing and stuff, but that to me was the only part that I wasn't a fan of. But overall, I like the layout. I mean, the theming, of course, you go right by that lava. This is just awesome. I think this also, if we want to be realistic with it, should be less rounded at the top. Like, Because you see coasters kind of when they get to the top point, it's pretty quick that they then crest over the top of the hill. Like that's done a little bit better. But yeah, really, really, really good job. And I wonder what that name's meaning is. Was it Kofu? Kufu? Let's see. Yeah, Kofu. So if we hop back into Plipcam mode, let's head to the next area, which I think is the final main area of the park in terms of theming. But that's just really cool, that top spin. That is so well done. Then we got the Ferris wheel. Got the stairs. Nice. That's just awesome. I love that. I would say maybe using less supports would be my one critique there, just from looking from afar. But oh, it looks like we got another coaster right here that is multicolored. That looks awesome. That was perfect timing. Yeah, I mean, really good job throughout the park with the foliage and everything like that. And so here we kind of see the main entrance area again. And so this is the last area of the park to look at, and then we'll look at everything from an overhead view. So we've got Soundwave, and then we got the Hyper or Giga Coaster. So we got lockers once again. Let's go up the exit of Soundwave because I don't want to be bouncing all over those guests. Ooh. I like the theming. I like the music. Dance party. For some reason, this kind of like gives me Madagascar vibes with the music. I don't know why. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at all the stats. Stats look great. And we will chat after the coaster. So once again, another really well done coaster, and the inversions were good. It's a very sprawling layout because I know at one point I saw this track over here, so I didn't expect it to be all in this part of the park either. So I think that was awesome. I love the multicolored part. Like that's tedious. It takes time, but I think it really adds because it almost looks like it's more than one coaster when you're looking at it from the path and stuff. So that's really, really cool. And now got a little transfer track area, which is nice. Love seeing it. So that's right up my alley. What is that right there? That's a projection screen. Okay. I was just wondering how it made the... oh, and then that's a black piece right there. Okay. To make it look like that part's actually open. That's a cool touch. So we're going to actually stay out of Plipcam mode for this last part. Once again, the music's just fantastic with this, and the idea of Soundwave, you got the music symbols, so cool. I've never been on this ride, or I haven't been to Universal since this ride was made, but it kind of reminds me of like Hollywood, is it Riptide Rocket, where they let you listen to your own music and different stuff like that. So now the last area is called the Research Center. Ooh, that's a cool view of the coaster being launched over the path. That's cool. That's cool. I guess I didn't notice that on the coaster, how it went through this area like that. That is awesome. That's so cool. And good job too with kind of blocking out the custom supports. You don't actually have to do that, but I think it does work if, trying to be from a safety standpoint. And so this is called the Research Center. So this kind of reminds me part of this. There's something that Scott Boogie Gaming made called the Boss. Is a kind of a big coaster, and it kind of had this. It was almost like a whole business complex, and this is kind of what it reminds me of. The Planet Coaster Laboratory. So very majestic building. So we head over here. Once again, you got dual-sided lockers. There's the queue, which we'll head down this time. And what's here? Oh, so it looks like we got the... I was going to say transfer track, but no, it's just a helicopter pad. Just to add some realism to the sense that this is a laboratory and you're working on a project, a very secretive project called Project X. Love the sign. I think that is really cool. And you're using roof pieces for it, which I think is a cool touch. So I personally love that. That is awesome. This is very green. Oh my gosh. And then once again, though, you got transfer track here, which is nice. And you got the cable boxes. Really good job. Really, really good job. And you got a little old school computer there. Yeah, so it's a really good touch. And as I said, very, very green. So we're going to hop on this coaster. But let's look at the stats first. Everything all green, which is fantastic. G-force is good. So this is a Giga, 324 feet, 100 miles per hour. Awesome. So I will talk to you after this Giga Coaster. So that was Project X, and I liked it. I think the first half was a lot better than the second half. And like the first drop's really good. Maybe there's a little bit too much of kind of straightening out here before you, start inclining for the second one. But I like how this almost takes like a Morgan Hyper type feel to it with this part here. Like I think that's a really cool touch. Very good speed hill. I guess it's an ejector air time, not necessarily a speed hill. Speed hill will be lower. So you got two of those, and then you come to the turnaround. And to me, I like this. It kind of meanders a bit. But, with Giga Coasters, like, no matter what Giga Coaster it is, it's about speed. Like that's what it's mostly about. And so that's really good. Now here, when you put trims on this, you don't see trims across the whole top like this. What you'll do is you'll see trims maybe from that support to that support right there. And so that's just from a realistic standpoint, because that's not those aren't block sections; those are trims, at least from what I can see. So some breaks, and then here I would have banked it more. I just feel like it was less thrilling because it wasn't over banking with every turn. Um, and so that's just my suggestion. And but yeah, I mean, the first drop is awesome. Overall, the layout's good, and it fits a lot of the vibes of what Gigas are trying to do, and it gives a really majestic look to the park. So I think that is a really, really good touch. And what I was saying though about supports is, I wonder. I don't know. I can't edit because we're over 100%. But I was just gonna say, I wonder if your pieces are long to where it represents two, like it has two track supports for each track piece. Because normally what I would do is I would go every other piece. I would have supports. But that's just the way that I like to approach that. Because when you see the real life Gigas and Hypers, like they're very minimal on the supports they have. And so here's kind of an overview looking at night. And we've seen it at night before, but I think this is a really good touch. Like it's nothing is lit to a point where it's like, oh, that's a must see at night in terms of like this was designed to be night, but everything is lit up well. And a lot of theme parks really aren't lit that well for night because they're not used to being open at night a lot. Really fantastic though. Love the park. Let me get back to daytime. So I just want to make sure that I've seen everything. So once again, really cool entrance area. Thank you for the shout out. Love seeing that kind of stuff. And you've got this Asian themed area. We had the main plaza, which I love that coaster track right there. That's a really, really cool touch. And then here to the left, we had these last two coasters with the merry-go-round. I think this is probably my favorite area of the park. Just because, like, I think it's a really cool theme. And I love what you did with this coaster. I'm just not big on sci-fi stuff, and so like this is really cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something that interests me to like this would not make me feel like, oh, I have to go to this part of the park because it's themed around sci-fi. Like sci-fi's just never really done it for me. I'm one of the weird ones, I guess. But now, if I were to rank the coasters, the Invert would be my favorite. I'd probably say the Invert's my favorite. I actually think this one's my second favorite. Then the Giga, then probably this one over here, and then the dive coaster. And that's only because the dive coaster really doesn't do much. It's a really cool idea and concept and experience, but kind of like, once again, like I said, if this was a real life theme park, I'm not running to get over here because of the space theming, you know? Um, so that's just kind of my take on it. But I love the park, and the music and just the added sound effects and stuff are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this park and what you guys think. And the link is in the description below to go and download it on the workshop. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to y'all later.